Okay, nice day. I'll probably cut this part out because that's my socks and underwear. So we're going to make some salve, or I make salve every year. It's like a nice healing salve. I normally put 4 ingredients in it, but I'll make another one with calendula later this year. So this one's going to have heal all or self-heal, comfrey, and plantain in it. Plantain's known as nip bone, and comfrey is also known as nip bone. These are all healing herbs and herbs / plants, and they have medicinal qualities that are well documented. So we'll start with the heal all self-heal. So I'm not going to show cutting all of it, but it's these little purple flowers here. They're really nice. I've let them go before doing the lawn so I can get these. You can see I'm cutting a bunch of those, so I'll get a pile of those. And I used to just get the flowers, but apparently I did some more reading and the leaves are good too, so I'll get a bunch of those and that'll be that. The next thing is plantain. Now plantain grows everywhere. It grows in the city, it grows in the country, it grows all over the place. It's this stuff right here. And as you can see, this is a nice clean plantain. I've gone over it. It's not too big, it's not too small. So again, I'm getting a bunch of plantain leaves, and they'll also go in the salve. And you know, I mean, it's self-explanatory. I'll be making salve out of these. Now this will be a multi-part video, so it'll be my first sort of editing videos because I can't show you end results right now because it takes about 7 days, and I don't have time to, or you don't have time to watch a video of cutting all this stuff. So that's a plantain, that's a self-heal. And then the last thing, of course, is going to be comfrey. But just to show you what I'll be getting, I've done a lot of cutting of comfrey. So when I make the salve, what I like to do is get smaller fresh comfrey. So I'll usually go over to comfrey plants that I've already harvested and cut something off of, and then get some fresh leaves. There's a bunch back there, but this is an example of a nice fresh comfrey leaf. It's not huge. That'll be a good leaf. I cleaned this bed out today, so there's nothing there, but here's another example here. These have all grown back after being cut, so I'll go for the nice clean leaves. And there's a whack load over there. These are nice leaves. So these are the 3 plants that are going to go into this salve. I'll show you a pile of them once I've collected them all afterwards. Stop recording. Oh, okay, that's my shadow. I'll walk around. So after the first video there, here's pretty much how much heal all, plantain, and comfrey that I'll put into the salve. I like to pick the leaves, and then I don't wash them. Garden's pretty clean and stuff. They're not really dirty, and that would just make them wet because moisture is our enemy in the long run, because we boil these in oil, but we don't boil them. You cook them really slowly. It takes us days to get all the moisture out of them and get the goodness in each one of these plants infused into the oil. So what I like to do is leave them out here in the sun on a hot day. You only put these when they're dry anyway. I like to let the bugs get loose too, so that helps when they put them out here. Any bugs that were on them can get off. So I'll leave them out here for a few hours. It's pretty windy. I might take them in a bit, and they're blowing away, but this is sort of pre-drying before they go in the salve. It also helps them wilt, which makes it easier for them to get underneath the surface of the oil when they get put in the pot. So this is how much of each I'm going to put into this batch of salve. Stop recording. Okay, so the next step in making the salve is to heat your leaves in oil, a carrier oil. I like to use olive oil. I use 3 liters of not the cold pressed super expensive stuff, but extra virgin olive oil. Cost me about 25 bucks for a 3-liter compliments at Sobeys. I have it on the warm zone, and I usually put it about that much on the warm zone and stir it. That keeps it at 140 Fahrenheit, which is apparently the optimal heating temperature to release all the compounds you want out of these without overheating it and breaking them down. Now, does that work or not? I don't really know, except the last time I made the salve, I did it this way, and it took about 7 days for this stuff to become crispy. But it was the best salve I'd ever made. So I'm going to go with this. Every day, get up, turn it on. Slowly the moisture will come out of the leaves, and one day they'll be super crispy, and then you're done, and then you strain it. So on that day, I will take the next section of this video. But for now, I'll just keep babysitting these goopy leaves and this goopy mess on this low heat on the stove. So there you go. Stop recording. Okay, so comfrey salve, next step. This will be a compilation video. After about 5 days, it wasn't 7, but it was 5. You can see how this is crispy. Kind of like almost like fried kale or baked kale or something. So all the moisture has slowly been evaporated out of this. So this stuff's ready to strain. So I just put a strainer here, and I take the pot and carefully pour that infused oil in here. And you want to use a fair size strainer, but not, well, you can use a thinner one, but this one's nice and wide for this bowl. And then I put all this stuff out and very carefully spread it around. I'll get a spatula to just get that out. And then leave this for quite a while, but not press it because we don't want any of the little bits and pieces in the salve. But we give this a couple of hours to strain, and then the last step will be reheating it and adding the beeswax, which makes the salves, and then putting it in a jar. So that'll be the next step. There you go. Stop recording. Okay, so I've got already hard beeswax here, and I've got my salve oil. So I'm pretty sure that's about the amount I'm going to want. We stir this up, and then to test the consistency, I may want more of it, but that's going to get hard pretty fast. You take a spoon out, and you go like that, and then you shake it. And I'll take that to the fridge to see how hard it is and test it in a few minutes. And then once that's done, I may want to add a bit more because there's some more beeswax in the bottom here, which is okay. It'll thicken it up even more. Get it the consistency I want, and then pour it in the jars. And then to pour it in the jars, I pour it from here into there, and then just carefully pour it into those jars afterwards. Cap them and cool it off. So at this point, it's just adding enough beeswax to get the consistency you want. You can see it's already thickening up pretty good there. So I don't imagine, that's not even cold yet, so I don't imagine it'll be much more than that. But I'm going to put this back on the stove just to make it liquid because it's very difficult. Oh, that's melting in there pretty good. So might want a little more just to make it thicker. So I'm just going to scoop this semi-hard stuff out, put it in like that, and it will melt as opposed to being big thick pieces. And I'll show you what it's like afterwards. Anyway, this is sort of the final bit. It's just basically turning oil into salve using beeswax. So there you go. Stop recording. Stop recording. And then the very last little bit here, after you have got your right consistency and everything, you pour your jars, and there's some jars of salve. It's perfect stuff, nice and set. The consistency is good. You get better with practice, but there you go. Free herbs and weeds from the garden turned into a nice healing salve. Good for burns, cuts, scrapes, you name it. All you got to do is look up comfrey and plantain and heal all, and you'll see the medicinal qualities. The stuff works, it's cheap, and it's great for your skin. Stop recording. Stop recording.